there was something that we really talked about, because I just have done a lot of reflection after we, reread all of these, and it's all about conflict as a whole, but
Loud. You say loud.
It's all about conflict as a whole. And the other day, well, for the past 2 weeks, you and I have had an issue where, and it doesn't happen very often anymore with all, the way we are, but we were on two opposite sides of the pole. And so we would bring it up and discuss it, but we discussed it. There was no anger ever in it.
And we hadn't reached a resolution.
No, we hadn't reached a resolution. So it was coming down to crunch time, and we had to have a resolution. So you called me at work, and we actually had this disagreement over the phone. And in retrospect, go ahead.
You were really busy at the time, too.
And I was really busy at the time. You're absolutely right. I was really busy. But, we had to make some kind of decision. And in retrospect, we were able to practice all of our Acme skills over the phone, without...
Which is kind of unusual.
Yeah. And so for me, it's been very validating what we've learned, because I talked, you listened.
I talked, you listened.
And then we, reflected back and went back and forth.
I compromised.
And I compromised. And then we agreed, to try to do something else. And we put some time in between the phone call. Mm-hmm. And then you called back, and it was more of it fit both of our needs.
Right. And are you going to mention what you just said
So
with me?
So I mean, this is where in reflection I've thought a lot more about how we've come and we're able to do a lot of these things because Alexis, who is my assistant and works for me, and sits in the next office, but it's an open door, and she hears everything, and she's engaged and about to get married, and she's come to know both of us, working so closely with me, and you helping out with so many of my projects at work. And she came in and she said, "Debbie, you two were arguing. You were having a disagreement." I said, "Absolutely." But she said, "You weren't fighting. You were having a discussion." She goes, "Is that how you and Will really argue?" And I said, yeah, Alexis said, it is. I mean, these are all the skills that we, have learned in marriage enrichment. So the fact that we couldn't resolve this face-to-face.
Oh, we just didn't get to that point.
Well, that's true. We talked about it a lot, but we had to make a decision. But we made it over the phone, which I think it could be more difficult. And I just feel so thankful for all the things that we've learned and been able to incorporate in our lives that are on this sheet.
Because of marriage enrichment.
Because of marriage enrichment.